Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do a beautiful nighttime painting with a little bridge in the middle. It should be exciting, and if you're enjoying these and you'd like to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more painting videos. All right, let's get started. Now, as you can see, I've got a basic sketch, and actually this sketch is not super accurate. Probably go with a little smaller areas. These are a little too big, but it doesn't matter, whatever. Mostly just to figure out where my sky is. I put a little bit of clear gel and white at the top, and we're gonna go ahead and do kind of an evening scene. The reason the white's up there is because I don't want it so terribly dark that you can't see anything. This will help lighten it up a little. So I'm gonna grab some black, blue, red, a little more white even, just a little. Let's see, just to, I don't know, brighten it up some. Let's see what this does. Okay, that looks pretty good actually. It's dark, but it's not totally black. We can do the black at the very top, but we don't want too much of it to where it just, you know, it kind of goes so cold and dark. We don't want quite that much. All right, maybe a little more red into it, just like this. Watch this. A little more white and a little bit of our yellow. Good. Get that nice warm color and throw that here at the bottom. Not much. There we go. And kind of wipe the brush off, and you kind of, I don't know, bounce around different colors, some blue and red. There. Now we're going to lightly wipe the sky area with a shop towel. Of course, we use these now instead of paper towels for wiping. They work quite a bit better. And this should leave us just a stain on the canvas. It also helps to lighten the bottom here. Now, if you wipe yours and all you see are, you know, like canvas holes, then consider changing canvases or changing gessos. Sometimes the gesso is so slippery that it just goes whoop, right away. You want a gesso that's really grips the paint nicely, and also you want a nice medium tooth canvas that's pretty rough. Actually, this is a little on the rough side. It's a little rougher than some medium tooth canvases, I would say, but that's what it is. There. And this will make it so we can put clouds and stuff on top of this and lighten the sky if we want to. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint in our water area. And I'm going to loosely mimic the colors. I'll probably wait and get that wiped off with a shop towel, and then I'll add the lights back in, just because that way it's a little safer. I was going to do clouds, and then I kind of decided I'm going to get the water in first. And that way a lot of the canvas is kind of the same color versus having a white big blank area that kind of might be distracting. So that's my thought. You know, you don't have to do it the same order. It's just, we'll see. Might help, might not, right? Okay. I might go just one tiny bit darker in the water. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is there anything on there? Nope, nothing on there. It's dry. And my hand's already starting to kind of cramp up a little. It takes a little effort, doesn't it? But I'm going to spend the next few minutes doing nothing but grinding the dark in here because I want beautiful, detailed reflections of the bridge in the water. And the only way to get that is by limiting the amount of paint right now. So, a little more work now. Should reduce frustration later, right? Now we're finally going to jump on these clouds. I've got my filbert brush, and it's kind of a soft pink color with mud. See that it's not near as bright as it seems on the canvas. Anyway, that's a good thing, right? Cool. We'll just start forming some clouds. I think this is probably, if I would have to imagine, it's probably the mid-tone. Couldn't think of the word for a second. Probably the mid-tone. And we'll probably add both shadow and highlight over this. In fact, that looks like a shadow as you go right over the light. This may be the light from the city. I don't know. Just light to have artistic light. Who knows? It's just there. How's that? That looks pretty good though, actually. Cool. So start to kind of develop those little clouds. Maybe up in here. The good part is this will kind of mix. I just won't reload. I'll just let it get darker there. That's good. Maybe something kind of coming in from the top would be really interesting. It's kind of a bland sky, so we want to make it as interesting as possible. Maybe connect them. I don't know, have a lot of what feels like just solid, large clouds here at the top. Could look interesting. Oh, I like those. That's all you need, isn't it? Subtle, but it works. All right, now, here's my thought. What if we just take this color? Oh, look at that. and drag it down here. That creates a nice little shadow. We might go with a little more shadow, but that's a pretty good start, isn't it? Good. We can also take just a touch of black and red, but mostly black. Just hit some of these clouds as well. Kind of adds that warmer color up in there. Now, as you can see, I did a quick sketch of our bridge. Nothing crazy, and it's not even terribly accurate. I'll need to change it a little. I think the most important thing is we get everything kind of, you know, the angles right. So we'll play around a little more with it, and of course you have to add all the little bits. Anyway, there it is. Okay, we won't go back to that for a little while because we need to get the background done here. So I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and white and just start touching to create lights in the background. See that? You don't need to go super crazy with this, but I kind of like how that looks. Maybe, you know, a couple like that. What's nice about just having the sketch is, you know, we can kind of paint everything in, kind of ignoring the sketch, and then we'll put everything back on top. A little something a little taller. This is not a terribly large area. You know, you don't want, you know, we're talking restaurants and stuff. We're not talking like super tall buildings, so nothing too big here. Good. Okay, now we'll just change to a different color, a little red, and we'll get some pretty red ones in there. Good. We'll have a couple of other colors, blues and green, but not too much. Mostly just the white, the yellow, a little red. That looks good. We'll sort of make our little city like that. It's kind of cool. Now, the important part is, of course, that you take your colors and now we have to imagine there's going to be a bit of a shoreline right here. You can bring those down just a little. There we go. We are going to go straight down in the water. And I wiped this off with a shop towel. So look, I picked up a little paint, but not much. It's very, very well ground into the weave of the canvas. That's very important. Don't skip that step. Now we can go ahead and refine our bridge shape a little. You want to use just the tiniest amount of paint possible in the 3/4 brush. See that? You could use the detail round, but see the nice straight edge of the 3/4 brush is going to do a better job for the straight line drawing. There we go. And like I said, as little paint as possible. The paint up here is not going to be your friend, just trust me. It's just not. Especially because we're going to put lights on this. And if you get anything more than just what you need up here, then I don't think there's going to be any lights. Just simply be too hard to put paint on top. All right, that looks pretty good. Now, over here, actually let me thicken this one up just slightly. So we've got kind of a overlapping angle. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think the overall effect of a bridge is going to be enough. It doesn't have to be so perfect. You know, just close enough. I think we'll be fine. That looks pretty good. And obviously we'll refine these shapes as we go. Now we're going to go ahead and highlight the little support posts to this bridge. And of course, give them a quick reflection into the water. There's almost no paint down here in the water, but we're starting to build up a couple layers on the bridge, so it'll be very interesting to see how this all works out. We'll see. I'm no bridge painting expert, as you probably know. Okay, now right up here, we're going to just give a little round pull because this one's round. And actually, I'm going to put probably some numbers on that side. Okay. Maybe give it another sweep like that. That looks pretty good. I don't know how bright to make this highlight color because I don't have my lights in yet. Right here, I'll just pull right down. Okay. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go. I'm just winging it right now. Right here, we want less highlight because we're looking at this one straight on. We're looking at this one from the side. See that angle of the bridge? We're kind of on this side. Hope that makes sense. Perspective is a little different here than we're used to because, let's face it, we're used to painting like cabins and stuff and old barns. So of course it's a little different than we're used to. All right, that looks pretty good. Actually, I didn't do the reflection there. This looks and feels almost completely dry here at the bottom, which is exactly what we want. I think that'll allow us to get a really pretty reflection. All right, now let me maybe just grab a little white, then just tint it with black or something. See, I don't know, just tint it with a little black. And maybe right here. Just put on the depth gauge. I'll have to play with this with a small brush for a little while. But at least we'll get our color established and then reflect in the water. Now we're going to go ahead and attempt to add some light. Let's see, I might have to kind of get up here and do kind of a pulling stroke like that. Well, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Well, this is actually working out better than I thought. So that's a good thing, right? Doesn't seem to be mixing as bad as it simply could, you know? So I am just working on the white ones now. So this is red, or this is blue, white, red. That's the way it is. There you go. That looks good. See that? Just getting these in. These are just the dark lights. Yeah, these are just the dark lights. It's a little funny to say, but that's what it is. There. And as you saw from before, if you get a little confused, like I do, it doesn't really make any difference. You can just paint black right over it. The black will just eat this right up. Nice. There's a lot of light here in this one, in this area. So we're going to make sure we do this properly. There. You got some flexibility too. I know sometimes it makes stuff thicker than it should be. Just get the overall feeling. And I don't think you have to worry about it too much. I very quickly indicated the lights here in the water. Now I'm just going to take some black, it's a little too much. On the 3/4 brush, I'm going to drop in nice and long ripple lines. And then maybe as we go back, let's just lighten those ripple lines up just a touch. I got some blue there, maybe a little white even. There, careful, you don't want green, so maybe just take a touch of our red. I don't know, you just kind of play around with it. So maybe it makes it a grayish purple tone. And then maybe add a couple of those in the water. Yeah, that looks nice. Just something to brighten up this dark water, I guess. Yeah, so we have some lights and darks. So that already makes that look a little better. But don't cover up all of the original tone. That's really nice. We don't want to leave that, or we do want to leave it. We want to leave that. There's some more red maybe, because we've got red in our sky. That looks pretty close. Wipe some of that out and just drift that right along. And very soon, we're going to, in fact right now, back to my darks. And I would like to just see a couple of ripples across the bridge. In fact, I really don't want to see a whole lot of the bridge too clearly because I didn't reflect it perfectly. So this is a good way to kind of hide it. I was going to say cover it up, and I put those two words together. There, kind of cover it up or kind of hide it. See that? But you still see a bridge under there. It's just that you can't tell exactly, you know, you won't be able to compare. Okay, there's that, you know what I mean? We're disturbing the angles more. That's important. It also helps to make this look wet because it's pretty scratchy because the amount of paint that we have down. So this also helps quite a bit. Good, and then of course you want smaller ripples as you go back. And the ripples really were going to look good here in the light area, I think. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out our website, DVDs, and brush line. Thanks for watching.